Ron DeSantis is having trouble remembering how he'd like his name to be pronounced, which is a good sign for someone who's running for president of the United States. So the problem lies in whether DeSantis is pronounced Dee-Santis or Deh-Santis. And according to reporting from Axios, in the early days of his campaign, DeSantis, and I'm sticking to it, has gone back and forth between pronouncing his name Dee-Santis and Deh-Santis. During his first week as a candidate, he pronounced his name as Dee-Santis in his campaign announcement video and again during a radio interview. Let's watch.
I'm Ron DeSantis, and I'm running for president to lead our great American comeback.
Where can people find you to donate, volunteer, find out more about you?
Go to rondesantis.com.
But then he goes on Fox News for an interview and all of a sudden he backpedals.
And anybody that's so inclined to help us, I would love to have your support at rondesantis.com.
I'd love for all your folks out there, invest with us at rondesantis.com. We'd love to have your support. If anyone wants to help out, just go to rondesantis.com.
We wish you all the best.
DeSantis.com, Mark.
So that was a compilation with Fox News and the Mark Levin show as well. Now, it seems to be more the more popular pronunciation among okay, so his wife pronounces it a very specific way, okay? And the independent super PAC that supports him tends to pronounce it this way as well. But the inconsistency has been going on for years, apparently. The inconsistency is fine when people other than Ron DeSantis engage in it. It's not fine when it's Ron DeSantis because it's his name, right? So during the 2018 race for Florida's governorship, Ron and his wife pronounced his name differently in his television ad. So here's a little taste of that.
I'm Ron DeSantis. From Dunedin to Tallahassee, I'll always go to bat for Florida.
Everyone knows my husband, Ron DeSantis, is endorsed by President Trump.
So look, I don't really care, but it does show that Ron DeSantis seems to have some commitment issues, right? Like he doesn't pick a lane and stick to it, and he just goes back and forth. Like he seems uncertain on a lot of things, even his own name, and I don't think that's a good sign, or at least it doesn't look good optically speaking.
Yeah, so look guys, like trouble with names is no big deal. So if anyone would know, it would be me. So my name is spelled C-E-N-K, but it's pronounced Cenk, and that's the original way you pronounce it in Turkish. Should I have changed that? Well, Gene Simmons from Kiss thinks so. I once ran into him in a green room.
Who cares what he thinks? He's a freak.
Okay, well that's another good point. I ran into him in a green room and he asked me what my name was. I told him and he's like, kid, you're crazy. You should have changed your name a long time ago. Kiss apparently stands for keep it simple, stupid.
Well,
and he changed his name, and that happens oftentimes. Like in the old days in Hollywood, everybody would change their name, right? So Cenk with a C is brutal, but I didn't change it. Uygur is actually not Uygur. I say Uygur to make it easier. It's Uygur. But if you're an American trying to pronounce Uygur, we're gonna be here for 20 minutes, okay? So my point is, I'm not hating DeSantis for his ethnic name or however he chooses to pronounce it. But you can't flip-flop on how you pronounce your name when you're running for president and you're in his, I think he's in his mid-40s.
He's 44.
Dude, you had to have made up your mind on this a long time ago, right? And it seems like it's because his wife doesn't want him to be Dee-Santis, she wants him to be DeSantis.
Why? Why does she want that? Dee-Santis sounds like Deez Nuts, and so like I get it, right? But I don't know if that's the reason why she's not into it. Like, doesn't it sound like Deez Nuts?
Yeah, well, don't give Trump any ideas. Here comes Ronnie Meatballs, Deez Nuts. Okay, so look, guys, it's the indecisiveness that's the interesting part of this story. He's nervous. He can't even make up his mind about his own freaking name. And if you're wondering why is he going back and forth at this moment, because Politico had an article where they explained that his wife is trying to get him to change it, right, to DeSantis. And so now he's pushing back against that article and being, oh yeah, no, I'm in charge, my wife's not in charge, it's Deez Nuts, Santis.
I felt like that piece was a hit job on his wife and I did not care for it. I mean, I don't know this woman. I don't have any loyalties to this woman. I know nothing about her, right? But what I did not like, what I do know is that Politico article was a hit job on his wife.
100%, but it was mainly done by DeSantis's other aides and his donors. Like, hey, you better keep your wife out of this, okay?
It's disgusting.
So the correct answer for DeSantis is to stand up for his wife and to go in her direction.
100%.
Right? But instead, he's now trying to prove to the donors and the other Republicans, like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna listen to my wife. It's not really that convincing. One, that doesn't show strength. It shows that you're bending to their will. You used to bend to her will if those stories are right. Now you bend to their will. It gives me a sense that you're just a flip-flopping, scammy politician, which we already knew, but this is a good way of confirming.
I do want to just get to two quick excerpts from that Politico piece written by Michael Cruz. So he writes that in the DeSantis political project, she, meaning his wife Casey, is unusually important and uncommonly involved. Oh, how dare she? According to hundreds of interviews over the last few years and more than 60 more over the last few weeks. He also writes, or he quotes a Republican lobbyist who says, she's the power behind the throne, the tip of the spear, said a Republican consultant. She is, they say, in the middle of good decisions of his, but bad ones too. Yeah, like, you're so right about how this was a story that was fed to Politico by DeSantis aides. But back to the actual name. So what is the correct pronunciation? Axios went so far as to consult with a professor by the name of William Connell. He's the chair of Italian studies at Seton Hall University, who was actually shocked at the use of Dee-Santis. Deh-Santis would be proper Italian, and no one's gonna say that. But
DeSantis. Hello, I'm Ron DeSantis. I'm running for president. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, then you got, listen, you got it. Sorry, I don't care what part of Italy you're from. Okay, that ain't gonna fly over here.
But he says that pronouncing it DeSantis is unusual because that would be spelled Dii-Santis, right? In Italian, and it's not. Asked the proper way to pronounce his name, DeSantis' campaign didn't answer, and his super PAC declined to say.
No, I can't get past DeSantis. Maybe the Democratic Party, but not in the Republican one. All right, so now we go to Trump, because of course Trump's got to weigh in. And then of course he has to say something hilariously stupid. So he comes in and he goes, no, you made a big mistake. Just like you don't change your name in the middle of an election. He changed his name in the middle of the election. Okay, all right, so far fine. And
okay, we have a graphic. Let's go to graphic 7. Okay. You can read it, Cenk.
Yeah, and have you heard that Rob DeSanctimonious wants to change his name again? He's demanding that people call him Dee-Santis rather than DeSantis. Actually, I like "duh" better, nicer flow, so I'm happy he's changing it. He gets very upset when people, including reporters, don't pronounce it correctly. Therefore, he shouldn't mind Dee-Sanctimonious. Okay, although he didn't say it that way, he said DeSanctimonious. He doesn't know what sanctimonious means. Anyway, so that was
But he's right.
He's right, he's right about that.
Yeah.
But he's gonna find a way to be wrong, because that was a different quote. Now from earlier today, he's at it again.
You should have stopped while you were ahead, Trump.
Yeah, he says, first of all, he calls the other candidates stupid. He says, they're not very, some are stupid. I know actually some of them are pretty stupid. Okay, now back to DeSantis. He says about the name, I liked it before. I liked his name better before. I don't like the name change. Should we tell him that? But most people don't know what I mean. No, he's actually sort of changed the name. It's Syllabolic, they call it. He wants a Syllabolic name.
They call it. The people are saying that he should go back to the Syllabolic name.
Okay, guys.
He's stupid. I know better. I'm better at branding. He should go back to the old way of saying his name, Deez Nuts.
Okay, guys, there's no word syllabolic. It doesn't exist.
You know what though? It sounds fun. Maybe we should bring it in. Okay. Maybe we should create it.
So he's like, oh, these other candidates, they're so stupid. Whereas I know that the name should be syllabolic.
From now on, if anyone is saying anything I disagree with, I'll just call it syllabolic.
There you go.
You know, instead of hyperbolic, it's syllabolic.
You know, it's hyperbolic, but a little silly.
Yep.
So it's syllabolic.
Syllabolic.
It's exactly
God,
the kind
genius.
of word we would make up on old school.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, but we would make it up while we were calling other people stupid. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.